You won't see much of them today, but they're going to enjoy the footy. One team's playing for its season, the other one's playing for its pride in a way. So Bontempelli to McRae. Reckon, Hayne, we're going to call those two names a fair bit today, and if we do, they're going to have a good afternoon. So Burgoyne's got the job on Wallace early, goes back inside. McLean rolls it through. So to set their good starters. That's as quick as it gets.
Well, a really good start from Tim English here in the ruck, getting it down to Bontempelli, and that's why he's so dangerous. He's able to get his hands free and release players like McRae, who just wins a truckload of the footy, and that's where he's dangerous, McRae, taking the game forward by foot. And Mitch Wallace has had a super year, sort of recraft himself as a small...
Extricate themselves from the back half, the Dogs today. McLean has got the goal, high tackle on him.
Bulldogs.
So he's forced his way back, you always feel like he's in their best team. Gee, is that a... So McLean...
Always, Bruce, when they grab the outside of the knee, it's not a great sign. Often when players grab the outside, it's around the ACL, and he gets completely...
Segler falls on him.
Yeah, tested style footy. I think they'll back themselves in with those long ones down the line, and you take a ball up and throw in and reset.
And Hayne, we talk so much about injuries this year. At the start of the year, we're trying to work out, soft tissue injuries, festival of footy, how will they have... We've had a number of key injuries late. We saw Soldo on Friday night. We've had hamstrings left, right and centre as Luke Beveridge is getting down a bit lower here. Get down at ground level by the look of it. So
all the players understand what's ahead now for Toby. I mean, they see it, and I think the players are very good at recognising serious knee injuries. Luke Beveridge, Bruce, has recognised the scenario as well and went straight down to the bench, I think, to see Toby on the way into the rooms. Toby was just in his second season, only played like 19 games or something similar. And it was such a monumental day in so many ways. Didn't quite get there, and then Norton, see how he plays this, keen to keep it in. Takes on Will Day. Day up to the task. Terrific.
Good tackle.
Blake, you got the football.
English over the top. Gunston snaps. High, and straight, so it's all square. Just a good snap.
So Gunston gets his first, and Brucey's the front runner to be the 100th
of territory gain, as I'll get to you. O'Brien getting over the top, and Morrison.
Jason.
So Morrison to set up. High ball forward, Gunston the go-to man.
Important for Hawthorn today. You've got to acknowledge...
Of second season on the back of the first. Norton up the ground. Now, let's see, he's going to go outside by the look of it and use the run of Smith. Now, Smith comes back inboard. It's a bit of a dart. Has it got the legs? Johannesson gets himself into a goal-scoring position and gets it. Well constructed.
Reasons why Bailey Smith has had such a quick rise to stardom and become a star player for the Dogs is because he's a point of difference. He's willing to take the footy, run, carry, take the game forward, because when you have Dunkley, McRae, Bontempelli, who are big inside mids who like to handball first or move the ball sideways, he's that point of difference. He breaks the line, which allows Johannesson and the rest of your half-back line to run those sort of fat side or open side of the ground running patterns and really get hard.
And wobbles one. Now the bounce will be interesting here. Can Bontempelli make it talk for him? He's going to work it in front of Scrimshaw, who brings him down as a free kick to the captain.
Bulldogs.
So the neat kick to English, and Bontempelli has started this match as he finished the last one. So Kenny improve on that 4 goals, 9 from set shots. That's a beautiful kick. So now the Dogs are rolling along.
On the screen here, he starts here with John Segler after the ruck contest, and you mentioned, Hamish, the athleticism of Tim English, almost a James Tompkins lookalike.
Yes.
He just pushes hard forward. He just reads the play here, and with the ball being held up here with the free kick to Bontempelli, he just keeps pushing into space, and Norton lengthens, which creates a fair bit of a gap as Hawthorn players are...
And into the shadows, Howe, left foot. Well done to Piopolo. Then into the pocket. Again, the sun shine. Mitch Lewis stands. He's
not like traditional Hawthorn.
Kicked the goal in the last couple of weeks, but from the shadows into the sunshine, Segler and Bruce English just waited for Cousins to take the football. Norton gets himself out of trouble to Hunter, who roll onto that left of his, delivers over the top to Crozier. So Crozier has kicked one this year, a few weeks ago against the Cats. Won't add to it. Just Caleb Daniel
away with a turnover, and then McRae's lovely left foot kick. Norton has been busy early, goes back inside. Jason could kick this. He's got two in the opening term.
Bruce, as you've touched on, a great turnover here from the Bulldogs, but Norton getting up amongst the, sort of up near the middle of the ground, the logos, the centre half forward rolling. We've seen him lot out of the goal square, but with one down with Toby McLean, the midfielders of the Bulldogs are going to have to rotate through the forward line.
7.
Involved in the game, Johannesson kicks 2 goals, and also Crozier hits the scoreboard.
Second term underway. Segler wins the knock. Bontempelli read it brilliantly. Heads towards Bruce with that kick, and Bruce has to double back after not being able to.
Gets it to Cousins now. He's looking for somebody to come, so he's going to use the experience of Bruce here. Good kick by Bruce over the back. Every chance here for Lewis. Handball was sloppy. Really had a little more time than that. Gardner to Smith. He put Libber under the pump. Not sure he got it away absolutely correctly. Gardner to Johannesson. They're out of trouble.
So much to Hawthorn. Another season coming, which is so exciting. Frost, Shields, had to be quick. Couple of dogs here. Might come unstuck. The Dogs. Here's Norton. He fires. He gets their 5th.
And just this surge forward, pressure in your face. Bulldogs defence just keep getting it forward, and Norton finishes off with a great goal. And Hamish, you touched on.
Bruce just rolls onto that left. Top of the goal square. Norton flew. Greaves and Howe, they might just combine. Desperation from Richards was terrific. Wallace, quick handball. Now a chance. Bailey Smith over his head. Smith has put it through. It was brilliant from Bailey Smith. Ambitious. But
and a fumble just hurts you. It goes all the way back there, allows the Doggies defence to come in and outnumber. And Caleb Daniel is having a fantastic game. First gets the tackle, gets involved in a link-up. We mentioned the kick to advantage to Josh Bruce. There was no way the Hawthorn defender could get it. The only person who could was Josh Bruce. So just kicking to advantage. But Bailey Smith, he looked.
A couple of late changes. O'Brien, probing kick forward. Gunston had a look. Poppy, gee, I'd love him to kick a goal. Kicks to the top of the goal square.
Pivotal handball. Bontempelli. Hunter on his favourite side. Short ball, not 15. McRae pulls the trigger but misses to the left.
Libber. Here is McRae on the wrong side, but it's just all the Dogs at the moment. Bontempelli gets it to DeRay on his wrong side. That's a lovely kick to Hunter, who's on the right side for a left foot.
Play on.
And always to the near side.
Bailey Williams good enough, and then quick kick inside 50 again. Norton looking dangerous with Scrimshaw. Richards, Norton tries to break the Greaves tackle. Burgoyne gets involved too. O'Meara runs out of space. Norton, little nutmeg, more involved. Norton stops him in his tracks. So the bouncing, bobbling ball ricochets towards Hunter. Crozier. Bruce dishes it off. Suckling with that unusual kicking style. Bontempelli, Richards out the back. Does it settle? His left boot doesn't quite.
Is the record, but we're going back. 1911 secured it, but you weren't there, and neither were I. Day cut off by McRae to Wallace, and then Wallace, does he get the goal? He's having a fine season.
And scores off turnovers, and this is what all sides want to do. They want to turn over the footy inside their front half and hit the scoreboard. And we touched on Mitch Wallace early. Not only has he recreated himself as a half forward, a very dangerous one, he sets up his teammates really well, but I've really noticed his work rate, and that's how he keeps
in a pretty ordinary spot. Richards just pressed pause, gave it back. Rock Smith on his left just floats it towards the goal line.
Died 50s, and then that player's got to transition when they turn it over.
Bailey Smith, Johannesson, now Dunkley, McRae, who's at home here, not really to the advantage of Bruce, and Hunter just
looks good off the boot, gets to the other Smith, who I guess is playing for his spot every time he goes out there, Rorky. He needs to make an impression. Time probably going to beat Richards. Burgoyne gets his hands on it, and a bit of a miserable first half for the Hawks.